Right, welcome. Justin from Brickright here again. I'm seeing you for a while. I haven't put a video on for a while, so I thought I'd just touch base with you all, just to let you all know exactly where we are and what's happening and what's been going on. So as you've seen with the previous videos, Brad decided that he wanted to go off into the trucking world and drive trucks and stuff. So news on that is, we had a chat with the manager in Travis Perkins called Devrig. Devrig put the feelers out, and Brad applied for a job that came up within our locality up in Caerphilly. Went for the interview, and he done well in the interview and got the job. So he's had our blessing. He's come on site. He's seen us already, and he's touching base and keeping in touch and stuff. So we wish him all the very best with that. And at some point, if we work in Caerphilly, it'll be weird, but we'll have Brad delivering our materials, which, if we do, I can't wait, because I'll be winding him up terribly. So, and I'm sure we'll get it back. But anyway, that's the Brad situation. Now then, the situation what I wanted to talk to you about is the interview process in trying to find somebody to fill Brad's position. So what we did, rightly or wrongly, you tell me, we put the job out onto Indeed, the website there, Indeed, and put our details on and what we were looking for as a labourer. We put the money on there, what the hourly rate was and such, and based on experience and stuff. So we went through the interview process. People sent me their CVs and applied for the job, and away we went. So got a few people to come down. So it was just a lot of people from loads of different ages, to be honest with you. I think the oldest we had was about 47, and the youngest we had obviously was about 16, 17. So didn't want to really put an age on it. So went through the interview process. I'd a load of couple of good 40-year-olds come out, and I was impressed with them, and it was really nice to meet them. And then I had a couple of youngsters come out, and that was about it. So they only interviewed probably about 4 people really. Loads of people applied. And what I found, and as if you can relate to this, what I found is you set up an interview with people to come out and go through the interview process with us, and they wouldn't even turn up. I just thought that was really, really like rude and annoying and stuff. But let me know in the comments below if you're a company owner, or you're a boss of a business, or whatever, and you go through the process of trying to find somebody in the interview process, and they haven't even got the decency to let you know they can't come, or they don't even turn up. So I done a bit of digging, and I spoke to a few of the lads and said, I just can't believe that people haven't even turned up, when they said this. And this is what they said. They said that with the unemployment benefit, I don't know whether it's called job seekers allowance, or I don't know. I've never claimed it. Lucky enough to always have a job, so I don't know nothing about this. But apparently, to be able to qualify for your job seekers, or whatever it's called, you need to be applying for jobs to be able to get it. Otherwise, they won't pay it to you through your benefit. So they reckon that most of the people are time wasters anyway, because they're only applying for the job just to satisfy the unemployment benefit, so they can get their money with no intention to ever coming out to see you. So is that true? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it sounds a bit weird to me that all you got to do is apply for a job, and if you do, you get your money. I mean, it just sounds odd to me. But leave them in the comments below. Be interesting to see what your experiences of it and what you think about that. And is there any other reason why people would actively come and apply for a job and speak to me about the job and request information about the job, and then say, yeah, I'm interested, and then I invite them to an interview and they don't turn up? Is there any other reason why they wouldn't turn up? And just be interesting to know. Maybe they just think I'm a fat old thing. Maybe that's why they haven't turned up. But no, I mean, so we went through the interview process. Like I said, we interviewed a couple in their 40s and experienced lads, and the temptation was really to pick one of those lads, because they had all the experience, and they would have fitted in and hit the ground running, and we could have just been away with it and replaced Brad, and we'd have just probably not noticed a lot of difference. But Brad has built up a lot of skill set to the way we want him to work, so that would have been missing. But I went for youth in the end. A young lad came to me, came out for the interview. He was on time, he was well presented, and he said a lot of the right things, and I just liked him. And I think it's important that you first and foremost, you want to work with somebody that's coming into a small business like ours that we can get on with and we like, and we feel that we can get on with him and have a good working relationship with whoever the person was. So that was a massive part of it. Obviously, skill set, the younger they are, the less skill set, the less experience they may have. And with this young lad, his background is he fits tyres, so we don't fit tyres. So there was no you couldn't mix cement and didn't have a concept of anything really. So I just thought, well, what do I do? Do I go for the experienced 40-odd-year-old who's been there, seen it, done it? Could he then wheelbarrow all the muck out and stuff? Because sometimes, we might go through like 18 ton in a wheelbarrow out for Adrian, the grab lorry driver, to take away. And then on the next couple of days, then we're taking more and more and more out, all by hand on the wheelbarrow with a digger. And then once that's done, we're on scalpins, or MOT type 1, that comes back in then. You might get 13 ton, you might get 26 ton of it, whatever. That got to come in a lot of the time with a wheelbarrow as well. So, I was wondering then, because I'm 49, and I've had to take a little step back with things because I'm just getting to be a smelly old git now, basically. So I've had to adjust. So I was thinking, could these guys come in and, and do that? Are you in your 40s? Could you do that? Do you do that? If you do that, leave them in the comments below. Let's hear from you. And, if you do that job, are you struggling with it, or are you still feeling young and fresh, and are you enjoying it? So what I did is, obviously, I went for the youth. I wanted somebody in there with a bit of oomph, somebody I knew who could, have the power and the oomph then to be able to, power through and do the work. Because it is hard work what we do, isn't it? You've seen it on the videos, and it's really, really hard work. And then I thought, well, I've been there, seen it, done all this before so many times with people. I think it's better to spend the extra time to train people up to the way that we want them to work, and teach them to our standard and teach them to what we expect, rather than, and I'm not saying everybody would be like this, but rather than somebody maybe come in with old habits and it's trying to teach a dog new tricks, which an old dog new tricks, it just don't happen, does it? So yeah, did I do the right thing? Did I do the wrong thing? Would you go for the old experienced person? There's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. I'm old and experienced. Would you go for the young fledgling who's just flown a nest or whatever? And would you go for that? Again, leave them in the comments below. So the interview process then, that finished, and thank God, because it absolutely burnt me out. And this is why we haven't put a video up for a while, because the process of answering people and getting back to people and people letting us down, and I got really quite downhearted about it, because I was thinking, why are these people messing us about? Do people want the job I've put on there and stuff like this? So I did get a little bit kind of disillusioned with the whole process, really. Not a process I've been used to or done many times before. It just wasn't a nice thing, to be honest with you, because we did get a fair bit of interest with it, but just so many time wasters. I mean, if you're one of those time wasters, why did you bloody do it? Why did you apply for the job with no intention to get it? Mind-boggling. Anyway, so where we are now is Jay is the new guy that's come with us, and he's come in. He's good for a laugh and joke, which absolutely fits in with me and Frey and stuff, and the way we work, because if you do this job, and the lads out there on site, they'll know, if you do this job, you've got to have a sense of humour, because if you can't find the funny side in the rain, and when you're feeling cold and you're down and you're shattered and another 26 ton turns up, if you can't find this funny side in and around that and wind each other up, then just don't bother doing the job, in my opinion. So he's come in, we've taken the waz, and he's taken the waz back, so it all seems good. It all seems like a good start. He is very, very green. He doesn't know how to mix cement and stuff, but we're trying to teach him. Fraser's spending the time to teach him, and he seems to be coming along really, really well. And I've spoken to him, and he seems to be enjoying it. It's harder work than what he ever imagined. I told him in the interview that it was going to be hard. You were going to, work yourself to death on days, and every day is going to be different, every job's going to be different, and you're going to get wet, he's going to get too hot, he's going to get too cold, and some days are going to be hell, some days are going to be great, but you've got to be able to switch on to the job and get through that and ultimately enjoy it, to be able to like it and do it. So I suppose he's still trying to find the answers, and we're trying to still find the answers to all that. But so far, 2 weeks in, he's ticking all the right boxes. He's a lovely young lad. He lives local. He's 21 years old, and you'll see him on the next video now that we're currently making. We're doing a full garden rip out and install with many different aspects to the garden, and I'm going to put a full video out on it. So it was a bit difficult for us to put the video out in stages with Brad leaving. We're trying to find somebody else and trying to squeeze a holiday in at the same time, so that's why we've been a little bit dormant and you haven't seen a video from Brickright for a while. But we're here, we're back, we're doing it again. The videos are in the process of being made, and watch this space, because it'll be out within the next, I don't know, however long it takes us to finish the job. And we will be putting Jay's progress on these van vlogs and interacting a lot more with Jay, and so you can meet him and get comfortable with him, and go through his progress and how he feels about coming into the industry as a newbie, and seeing what his expectations were and seeing what the reality of the job is. So I think we will be interacting with him, and that'll show people who are interested in this job a bit of insight into somebody like Jay who's new to the industry. So like I say, he's come from a tyre background fitting. So what we're going to do now is every person that has a quote, and the quote's accepted and they pay their deposit and they book their work in, we're going to be offering free tyre inspections to all cars with the Brickright quote. No, we're not. Just taking the wires. So anyway, I have told him that actually. So I don't know whether he thinks I'm telling him a load of crap, or whether he actually believes me. I can't get it in his head, in his face, in his body language, whether he thinks I'm actually telling the truth or not. So I might actually keep the wind up going and see where we go with that one. Anyway, lovely to touch base with you. Get interacting. Leave your positive comments below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, have a little look at what we got. There's loads of playlist videos out there. If you wouldn't mind subscribing, that'd be absolutely fantastic. If you could share and like, that would be perfect as well. And see you soon. See you on the next one. We're back and looking forward to getting the next video out to you. So watch this space. See you soon.